everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be playing with the Coloured Raine Rose Garden palette. It looks like this. Here is some swatches I did. I did put them all over a base because if I'm honest, I do feel like all of us use a base or something on our eyes, don't just put it without. At least that's what I always do, so I just figured it would be the most realistic and accurate way to display the colors. So I did also use the NYX Glitter Primer for the shimmery shades, just again so you get the best kind of look of them. The only shade that I do feel is a little interesting is the shade Gold Rose. When I say interesting, I mean it's a little bit crumbly, but it's definitely staying in the pan more. I feel like it just, there's something that like, I don't know, you probably can't even see it. It just looks chunky. I don't know if it's just, maybe it's just mine, I don't know, but you can see like little bits of it kind of lifted up in the pan, which not a big deal, but anyways, let's go ahead and roll on to the video. So first off, I'm just going to take the shade Chestnut Rose with a big fluffy brush. This is just the Morphe M441, and I'm just going to start buffing that into my crease and slightly upwards. I do already have a base on my eye. This is the Juvia's Place eyeshadow primer, shade number 1. Alright, just taking the same brush, no additional product. I'm just going to go over the edges just to softly blend everything. I do really like that this shade is just a super rosy shade. I do really feel like it actually matches the name, Rose Garden. I do love that a lot. Next, I'm going to go ahead and jump into the shade Rosewood, just with the Morphe M433 brush, and just start to add that into the crease, just to add in some definition. Just kind of building it up like this, and then I'll take our same brush that we used before, just to blend out the edges. Next, I'm just going to take the Blend Bunny B4 brush with the shade Chocolate Rose, and just starting to apply that to the outer corner of the eye. I'm probably going to take it in about a third of the way of my eyelid. I'm going to go back in with the Morphe M433 brush, no additional product, and just start kind of buffing that brown shade inwards. You can do the same on the lid, just to start to have everything to fuse. Just pulling and lightly buffing. I'm just going to go ahead and use some NYX Glitter Glue with a Morphe M166, just any flat shader brush. Just go ahead and apply that to the lid. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing I've been doing lately as well when I don't do a cut crease, which is kind of pushing your brush in, finding where your socket is, and then kind of just going back and forth. Now, I do wish that this might have had like a pink shimmer or something. We're going to see how we like this. I want to use the Emerald Rose shade. This is the shade that like stood out to me the most out of the 3 different shimmers. The other 2 are beautiful. I'm not a big bronze person. Gold is great, but like the emerald, I'm just so curious about. So I'm going to go ahead and just same kind of way, just start applying that to the lid. I think this is actually looking quite, it's different. I like that. It's different, but it's really pretty. And then I did, like on my hand swatch, kind of layer it on top a couple of times, which we might have to do just to get that pigmentation that we're looking for. Okay, so I went ahead and took Gold Rose, that goldy shade, and just applied it to the inner corners of the eye just to add a little bit of a shimmer, which I think is extra pretty. I'm going to go ahead and take the original brush, not original, but the Morphe M433 brush, just starting to run that again through the crease because we have kind of a harsh line with the shimmer. I want it just to almost kind of go together. It's not going to completely soften it, but the idea is I don't want it to be so over dramatic that it's just so noticeable. I'm going to go ahead and take that B4 brush again from Blend Bunny Cosmetics, add a bit more of the Chocolate Rose shade to the outer corner just on top of the shimmer shade, and just kind of blend that in together. Okay, so I kind of just did the thing, you know, blended it all out. I applied a little bit under the outer corner of my eye. I'm also going to go ahead and take the Bronze Rose shade with the same B4 brush just under the lash line. Sorry, I'm like totally blocking you. Just to add a little bit of shimmer. It's actually a super pretty shade. Use the same brush that I did before to the M433 brush and just start to softly buff that in. So pretty. Whoa. I always have this freaking happen. I think I need to stop using such brushes that I have like use other shades with. So I'm just using my sponge right now just to the one I use for my foundation, just to try to stamp on there and clean that up a little bit so it doesn't look too crazy. So I'm actually just going in with the original larger fluffy brush just to kind of soften out the edges. I probably still am going to take my sponge a little bit just on the edges to kind of clean everything up. I did already apply foundation, so I don't really want to have to go back in and apply more, but I do think I'm going to do my trick, which is adding the foundation powder or whatever along the edges just to help to soften those edges a bit. So let me go ahead and do that real quick and then I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I definitely went a little overboard. I do apologize. I just wanted to see how it looked with liner, mascara, all that stuff. So I basically did what I said I was going to do, which is take just the foundation powder, blend everything out. I did go back in with that like fluffier brush just to make sure everything was kind of blended soft. I went ahead, as you see, like I said, just went with liquid eyeliner. I just used the NYX one that I usually use. White eye pencil, also by NYX, the Milk Triple pencil, my favorite for the waterline. I just kind of wanted to brighten it all up and everything. But yeah, I do think it turned out really pretty. Definitely not disappointed with this look. That is basically it. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And I will see you guys on my next video. Alright, bye.